to break even. James Gunn's Superman has flopped. Warner Bros. Have to scrap the whole thing and bring in Snyder again. Restore the Snyderverse. Welcome to a brand new season of Flawless TV. If you guys want more episodes, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the Rumble, check out the Facebook, all of which will be linked in my description below. Also, if you guys would like, I have a merch store that's out, and make sure we have some brand new shirts. We have 20% off discounts right now, so make sure you guys go out, check out those shirts. There's great prices out here, and we'll get right into it. Plus, the whole full stream unedited will be available on one of my YouTube channels, which is under Flawless Full Streams Unedited. So all the buffering, all the mistakes, all the behind the scenes, you guys will get that on this DHayes production channel. I'm about to change this just to Flawless Network. That Flawless Network, this is going to be the official name for this channel you're watching this on. On the other page, you guys will see shorts or whatever, but this one will be only centric to Flawless Network. I repeat, this will only be centered around Flawless TV, Flawless Network. All of my basketball, my other edits and stuff will go on a separate channel. So this is going to be, I'm building this one up to be a full-time television show, and we'll get sponsors and everything else with that. Plus, all the reels will be on all of our news articles will be on Flawless Network Instagram page. So our full news articles, our shorts, our TV, like our shorts from the show, interviews, and then on a TD David Band's account, that will also be a source of, which episodes are coming up, and also the TikTok will be linked below as well in the Flawless Network Facebook page. We also have a website that's under construction right now, that we're just getting fixed up or whatever, that will also be listed in that below. So I will have everything in the description, and yeah, we're gonna get right into it right after this. Welcome to another episode of Flawless TV. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and also follow my Instagram pages, which is in the link down below. First topic of the day. It is James Gunn's Superman 2025 flops tremendously. And this is based off of the online people such as Jester Bell and Critical Drinker, the T Magnus. I'm not going to say his full name. I'm just going to say T Magnus. There's other YouTube channels named T Magnus, so yeah. And Critical Drinker. Also, the Snyder bots and Snyder fans, they also confirmed that Superman is supposed to break $650 million. But it's $650 million in order to break even. James Gunn's Superman has flopped. Warner Bros. Have to scrap the whole thing and bring in Snyder again. Restore the Snyderverse. That's what needs to happen. I'm a film major. Everybody knows that. Graduated college. Have film certificates. I've won multiple awards for my cinematography. I know how the business work. I've been on multiple sets. I speak with a lot of people at Warner Bros, Marvel. I have a lot of connects in the industry. I know about the accounting and everything. There's like how the movie business works and that type of nature. And I have to tell you, this whole James Gunn thing is kind of weird due to the fact that a lot of these people online, like the Jestervilles, the Critical Drinkers, the Neurotics, the Ranting for Vengeance, the T Magnuses, all these grifter accounts are spreading lies. And the online Twitter/X Snyder bots and then these fake movie experts and these paid for blue check accounts that keep on spreading false information. They're using times 2.5. They're using the wrong formula in order to push an agenda. So now James Gunn had to make $225 million. He didn't make that within the first hour of the movie release. So they were clowning it. He passed that. They keep on moving the goalposts over and over. Now it's supposed to reach $1 billion. That's what a lot of them are saying. So let's do the math and let's discuss this. Now, the current update time. James Gunn Superman 2025 is causing a lot of controversy, and today I'm going to break down what's going on. James Gunn recently announced to drop in Superman digitally on August 15th. James Gunn on why Superman. This is what James Gunn has said on why Superman is going digital so soon. Well, it's very complicated, but the truth is, it is because of Peacemaker. I originally thought Peacemaker was going to be coming out next month. There was a lot of things that are beyond our control, so that Peacemaker is coming out now, and at the end of the day, I wanted everyone to be able to see Superman that wanted to. Even those people who couldn't afford to get to a theater before Peacemaker, and that's really the reason for it. This is via Liam T. Crowley, his ex-user Liam T. Crowley, and at ScreenRant. So that's the reason. That's our current breaking news. That's our current update. Like I said, I have connections in the movie and music industry. Recently, I worked on multiple sets for shows and etc., etc. The list goes on. As of right now, according to Luis Fernando, who does box office reports professionally for the studios, Superman is eyeing $605 million to $620 million on a global run. I don't understand why regular normies, Snyder cultists, and these rage-bait fake right-winged MAGA grifters, they're fake MAGA, like Jezebel, Neurotic, Critical Drinker, and TM, keep pushing an agenda saying Superman has flopped, and they keep increasing the number for the break-even point of the movie in order to push a narrative and agenda. The only ones that should pay attention to the numbers are the studios and theaters themselves. This includes Warner Bros, accountants, and etc. The crazy thing is that they won't discuss the ROI in any of these videos, which means the return on investment. It hasn't been released for the current Superman film due to it still being played in theaters. And it usually takes months to 2 years to publicly release the return on investment, the ROI. Most of this is due to limited public disclosure. Movie studios are generally not transparent with the final overall ROI for specific films. These are usually discussions for investors, accountants, studios, execs. James Gunn, if he was just a regular director and not the head of Warner Bros., he wouldn't worry about the ROI. He's just a director. The people ahead, like executives and accountants, they worry about the return on investment. Now, after speaking with people who do accounting and actually work with Warner Bros., the whole deal for them was to mainly pass $220 million and have the general audiences love the movie. They wanted the audience rating to be a minimum of 65% and a 78% maximum, with the audience ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. James exceeded both expectations. Now, the question is, did Superman 2025 make money? Yes. Let's talk about it. Now, before I go into, the formulas, let me add some context behind today's movies, especially Warner Bros. James Gunn's Superman is a brand new iteration. It's a whole different universe. It's coming off the backs of a failed DCEU. Audiences were pretty much done with DC movies with how Zack Snyder and Warner Bros. Execs handled the product. Movies outside of the Batman IP wasn't doing well. Let's also add that ticket prices are higher now and families aren't able to go to the movies as much as they could back in 2013 due to inflation and COVID-19. James Gunn has been canceled twice. Thousands of people who hate her. Snyderbots leaking images all last summer and automatically canceling him. James Gunn also had massive YouTube channels pretty much dumping on Superman 2025 and spreading misinformation from insiders, some sources that they call, that, wasn't in the movie, and they were saying everything around James Gunn was woke. And the movie was going to be woke and Superman was going to be a cuck. You had massive YouTube channels pretty much dumping on this. And then between the years of 2006 and 2016, the superhero genre was at its peak due to Dark Knight, Avengers, Iron Man, Man of Steel, Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, the part 3, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and etc. It isn't the same as it was today. Keep all this in mind on what this film had to deal with. If it wasn't for these unfortunate circumstances and these huge grifters spreading misinformation, this film would have made $1 billion easily. But sadly, we have too many idiots wanting the superhero genre to fail. They want it to be gone and disappear. They think there's going to be a savior to bring back the Snyderverse. That's never happening. If James Gunn is done, if Warner Bros. Lets go of him, I bet you guys this. There won't be a single DC movie that releases or anyone else taking over Warner Bros. Until 2060. They're making them lies about Marvel. I'm going to get into that a whole different day. Also let's add this. Ticket prices has also gone up. Minimum wage hasn't gone up. But the cost of living has. Once again, minimum wage hasn't gone up, but the cost of living has. Families have a lot less money to spend on these movies. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to this whole entire genre and people just making up lies, it really baffles me. It upsets me that so many people are so misinformed and these large channels are just making up stuff. Now, guys, let's get into the facts here, right? We're about to get into the facts. Did Superman 2025 break even? Is this a flop? Now, a lot of people like Jezebel and these casuals don't understand what the movie marketing, or they never address the ROI or any of that. They keep on using the same stupid formula. Now, let me describe the formulas. Now, what is the formula for figuring out what a break-even point is for any movie? Every film is different. Now, the mainstream idea, not most accurate, like I said, the mainstream idea with these major grifter YouTube channels, these online movie expert accountants keep on using for this argument is the production cost times 2.5. Let's go into it. So the production cost times 2.5. In Superman's case, production cost is $220 million times 2.5, which equals $550 million, which is the break-even point. Now, that's flawed because that's not what the studios use. This is what the studios use. The most accurate formula that the studios use is production costs plus marketing times 1.5. So after doing the math of that, for Superman 2025, it's 220 million plus 150 million, which give you 370, and you times that by 1.5, which give you 555 million. And it broke even like a week ago with those numbers alone. As of right now, Superman already exceeded this. Superman is profitable. It already crossed the threshold. The 2025 movie Superman grossed $579 million globally at the box office. This makes it the highest grossing Superman film in U.S. history. It also achieved 83% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. This film's success has been credited with helping to reboot the DC cinematic universe, despite what these major YouTube creators and online professional movie accountants are saying. The general audiences loved this movie. Whenever you see product of this film being marketed, like, let me also get the thing, like let me give some more background on this. Whenever you see product of this film being marketed constantly before the release date, those companies paid the studio to do a co-branding deal with the movie. So this might have brought in over $100 million before release. This is profit not a lot of normies know about. Blockbusters like Thunderbolts, Endgame, No Way Home, Civil War, Dark Knight Returns, Avengers 2012, Man of Steel. And this film, this is a common occurrence. And these numbers aren't split for fact. These numbers aren't split with theaters. That money goes right to the studio. The marketing makes tons of money. Now, here's one thing that the Snyder bots steady, like they keep on saying this online. You guys are going to see this a lot. And Chesterville and all of these. Let's also use adjusted for inflation. They keep saying it. We have to adjust for inflation. I keep seeing this, but it's a terrible and untrue argument. So for Zack Snyder's Man of Steel 2013, the production budget for that film was $225 million. Adjusted for inflation is $310.5 million. The marketing for that film was $100 million. And adjusted for inflation, which is $138 million. The total studio cost for that film was $325 million adjusted for inflation. It would be $448.5 million. So the total revenue after everything for Man of Steel, it made a total net profit of $59 million. And in profit. So a total net profit of $59 million in profit. Back then, it made $42.7 million in profit. Like I said earlier, ROI, which means return on investment, is what the studios really care about. And the ROI for Man of Steel is 13.1%. Imagine what the percentage of ROI would be for Superman 2025. It's still in theaters, and not a lot of this stuff is immediately available for the public. It's not required. The people that should be worried about the money are the producers, accountants, shareholders, and execs at these studios. These people like Critical Drinker, Jezebel, Snyder Boss, these online analysts just read comments online and they only do box numbers, like box office numbers, and adjust for inflation in order to create a narrative. I don't understand how people are this stupid and slow to not see through this. To me, Superman, like this is my rating, spoilers. To me, Superman is a solid 10 out of 10. It's the greatest Superman movie of all time. David Cornsweet is a great actor. I love the Lois Lane. The editing and the cinematography, the CGI. Everything about this film is perfect. Now, could it be a little longer? Could they add a little more stuff? Yes, but I'm not going to take away points for that. It's a perfect film. It's a good movie. When it comes to being a movie, it movies. Just like Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts movied. It was a good movie. A good starting, a good middle, Good end, good climaxes, good tension chains, character building, character development. It's a good movie. Besides the comic stuff and all of that, besides the comics, if this was a regular film, a romance film, or anything else, it'd be a good movie. Good 10 out of 10. Families love this. Now, if you add the aspect of this, man, I can't speak. When you add the comic aspect of this, it is a great film. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know. Go check out DHayes Productions merch store. If you drink coffee or tea, go here to get you a mug alongside a coaster with my logo on it. We also offer t-shirts for both men, women, and children sizes. We also have hoodies and sweaters. Now, if you're wondering, where do I go to get some of this merch? Well, if you're watching this video right now, go on DHayes Productions. Go down to the link in the description below. You'll click on the link, which will direct you to the store. And you'll see all the options on the website. Go purchase you some merch and support the movement. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.